or not 16, 12, I mean. When we moved into the new plant.
How old were you when you retired?
58.
Uh, Describe your wedding proposal.
Well, I said, let's get married. Or she did, I don't know which. Anyway, she said, no, not until you asked my dad. I went and asked him, and he of course, nervous as heck. He said, oh, I suppose be all right. So we got hitched. They didn't come to the wedding.
Why not?
She told her dad she was getting married that day. It was on a Saturday, and they was all home, and none of them come. My folks was there.
Well, did you have a wedding?
Mm-hmm. At Catholic Church in Mound City.
Did you have a honeymoon?
Yes.
Where'd you go?
Went to Kansas City, and then came out to Topeka, seen a friend. Then back to Kansas City and went to work. We stayed in a hotel in Kansas City. We stayed in a hotel out here at where let's see, right by side of Long John Silver's. Long John Silver's, yeah. Mm-hmm. Just on the south side of Long John, there's a road going back into a motel back there. We stayed in one of those.
Yeah. Yeah. Still there, isn't it?
No.
No? Okay.
No, I think they built Walgreens over there or something.
How would you describe your spouse?
My spouse?
Yeah.
Oh, smart. Remembers everything.
What do you admire most about her?
Being able to remember everything and spell good. She's a good speller.
How long have you been married?
60 years this fall.
Okay. When's your wedding anniversary?
23rd of August. September. August.
Okay. What advice would you give your, child, grandchild, or great-grandchild on his or her wedding day?
I don't think I would.
No?
No. I think they have enough of that kind of trouble without me giving them anything.
Okay. How did you find out you were going to be a parent for the first time?
That I don't remember.
Okay. Do you remember anything about your children that really amazed you?
Yeah.
What was that?
They turned out a lot smarter than I did.
Okay.
Made a lot more money than I have.
What was the funniest thing you can remember that one of your children said or
did? That'd be Rocky. He walked in his sleep. He came in the bathroom when I was taking a bath, and he feels around. He's feeling for the stool. He felt the side of the tub, but it's just the same height as the stool. He let it go, and hit in the wall, sprayed all over me. Yeah, I hollered at him and startled him. He woke up. And
okay. If you had to do it all over again, would you change the way you raised your family at all?
Yes.
What would you change?
I'd be there for him more.
Mm-hmm. What did you find most difficult about raising children?
I didn't find anything.
What did you find most rewarding about being a parent?
Just how they turned out good.
How did you hear? How did you hear the first time you were going to be a grandparent? Another tough one.
Yeah, I don't remember that neither.
Okay. What advice would you have for your grandchildren or great grandchildren about being a parent?
Just be there for them.
When and where did your parents die, and how do you remember it?
Well, Dad died with an infection. Gosh, when it was, he was about 53 or 4, I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
And he got an infection, and we took him to the hospital, and he just never got way out of it. And Mom, she died about 10 years later, and she just went to sleep and never woke up, never moved a muscle, nothing, just went to sleep and stayed there.
Who was the oldest person you remember as a child?
Granddad, I guess.
Did you have any bad habits in the past, now or in the past?
Oh, probably used to swear a lot more than I did. Should.
Have you ever been in a serious accident?
Well, I've been in a lot of accidents, but none of them never got hurt in any of them so far.
Has anyone ever saved your life?
Yeah.
Who?
Benelda, over at church. I passed out in church. I fell over, or just leaned over. I didn't fall over, and cut my wind off, and I was couldn't breathe, so I was going to be gone. She come over and got me laid down. Her and Gail did. Just pulled me over in the chair, in the seat, and then I kind of woke up. They hauled me off in the gurney.
What would you consider the most important inventions in your life?
Invention? I don't know if I invented anything.
You don't have to invent it. Invent like toaster, television, satellite, whatever. What's the most important invention in your lifetime, I should say?
It has to be something, period. I mean, an item.
It could be anything.
Be my kids, I guess.
Yeah. Do you remember the first time you saw a television, a car, or a refrigerator?
Yeah. I couldn't tell you how old I was or anything, but we bought a refrigerator. Had a huge tank on top, and it's full of antifreeze. You lit 3 burners underneath, heated it up every other night. And when it was 100 degrees outdoors and you heated up 4 kerosene burners in that thing, you went outside and cool off. And that was our first refrigerator. Before that, we had icebox. And then the TV was a little 6-inch round TV. I remember the first one we got.
What U.S. president have you admired the most, and why?
Well, I got 2 of them. Kennedy and Carter. I think Carter was the most honest president we ever had.
And why Kennedy?
Oh, he just seemed to get a lot of stuff done and done things right, kind of, very much.
What were you doing when you heard the news of Pearl Harbor bombing? Or do you remember?
Oh, what year was Pearl Harbor?
I don't have that info. 40 something, right? 39? 40? 40? No, I don't know.
I'd be 5 years old.
Okay.
I was pretty small. But I remember right after that, my oldest brother Herman come home, wanted to join the Navy, and Dad and Mom tried to talk him out of it, and he said, "No, I'm going to join." So he went to join the Navy, and the line was screwed around the block. So he looked over at the Merchant Marines, and there's this little short line. He said, "I'm going over there." He got on over there and got in line and joined the Merchant Marines.
What was the hardest choice you've ever had to make?
Oh, there were a lot of those. I was probably retirement, where I should go or not.
What'd you decide?
I went.
You regret it?
No.
Any,
Sure don't.
Any advice for people contemplating retirement?
Yep.
What is?
As early as you can make it. And enough money to keep you going.
What person really changed the course of your life by something he or she did?
Well, I think it was my first grade teacher. He was a guy, and I didn't like teachers from then on. He was really bad.